and Nick.
Welcome to That Superhero Thing podcast, where we discuss the latest superhero and comic book movies and TV shows. I'm your host, Nick, and joining me, as always, it's Anthony.
Hello.
You alright?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. You?
Good. I'm good. We've got 2 episodes this week. Well, 3 if we can count the one that we've just recorded half of. We've got 2 episodes. Technical issues. We've got 2 episodes this week, so we're doing Hawkeye, normal episode today.
Yeah.
Today, now. And then we're going to do Spider-Man No Way Home, which we have been waiting for ages.
Oh my God. It feels like it doesn't, like it's weird.
It is. It feels weird that we've actually seen it now, and it's not like guessing for 12 months what's coming. So yeah, we're doing that in a separate episode. We're not going to do any Spider-Man spoilers or even news. We're going to try not to talk about it because we will fuck up and spoil the movie for you. So yeah, if you want to go away and listen to that, you can go and do that. Listen to it in any order that you want. You do you, but you're here now, so you might as well listen to this one. On this week's show, though, we'll be breaking down all the latest comic book movie news, including the new Thor Love and Thunder poster, Guardians 3 villain rumours, and our reaction and breakdown of the Sonic 2 trailer, which Anthony has seen, because I asked him before.
Yeah.
We'll then be giving you a full review of Hawkeye Episode 5 before discussing your thoughts and theories in this week's Podfans Assemble. This is also your spoiler warning. There will be spoilers and speculation, except for Spider-Man, throughout the episode. If you want to skip ahead to the Hawkeye review or to Podfans Assemble, then we will put timestamps in the description as always. News then. So we're going to start with a bit of DC news. There's a Gotham Knights series in the works. So Deadline's reported that the CW, which is never a good sign, is developing the series with the writers and producers of the CW Batwoman series. Anthony, we've already had this conversation to a degree. Tell us about the CW Batwoman series, Anthony.
It's a bit shit, innit?
That's what you said last time.
Right, so...
Tell us about the villain.
Okay, so, well, first of all, Ruby Rose obviously left after the first series as well.
Which loads of like aggro over
there was
that.
a lot of issues over the filming and things like that, which
That's
we won't go into.
really nice way of saying it. Issues.
Yeah.
Who do you believe, though? That's a problem, isn't it?
I know. So, but basically the first villain that they had, essentially, was Alice from Alice in Wonderland.
Which is really random.
But it's after she had some psycho issue. It actually is Ruby Rose's sister.
Ruby Rose is his sister, or Batwoman Ruby Rose is his sister?
Batwoman Ruby Rose's sister.
So it's not gone like full on meta and it's like Ruby Rose is a
character. No. It's her sister who she thought
random enough
died when they were younger and stuff like that. And this Alice is...
So how does she become part of Alice in Wonderland?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't get it. This was part of the issue. Like, I just don't feel like there was enough explanation. So I ended up giving up. Well, I didn't give up. I just go back to it for a little while and then found out that Ruby Rose was leaving after the first series. And I was like, no. I can't stand it when they change character halfway through.
They brought the character back though, didn't they?
I think they changed who...
They did. No. So they brought a different character in as Batwoman.
Oh, and then they brought somebody else back in to play the character.
Cassandra Cain.
Yeah.
So confused.
It was just
shut it down now.
Messy. Yeah.
Just wrap it up. Yeah. Well, maybe they are. Maybe that's why the writers and producers are moving on to this instead. So they've released a short synopsis for the show. It sounds like it's going to be heavily influenced by the new video game that's coming out next year. So won't read the whole thing, but it basically says, in the wake of Bruce Wayne's murder, his rebellious adopted son forges an unlikely alliance with the children of Batman's enemies when they're framed for killing the Caped Crusader.
I'm really gutted because I knew this news and I actually told you what it was.
Yeah,
I got it almost word for word, and then it all got deleted.
That recording got deleted, so it never happened.
It
never happened.
But I was really proud of myself.
I know. I was impressed. It's different because it's not only bad guys turning good. It's a bit Suicide Squad-ish.
Yeah.
Except it's like CW aren't allowed to use the proper supervillains.
Yeah.
So instead of
it's just the way
using the kids.
The thing that I get annoyed over is like being the kids of, like, I just think, go away. Because it's also that thing of the kids are expected to be like the parent. And it's you're just trying to rehash a way to kind of bring back that character without actually bringing back that character.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be weird. I mean,
I don't know.
I'm not like
I'll give it a go.
Really up to date on the Batman sort of lore or anything like that, but have these villains even got kids in the comics? Which is just going to be like penguin.
It's like bringing out the baby Muppets in it or something.
It is like Muppet Babies. It's going to like young penguin and the Joker's kid. Do you know what I mean? What's it going to be?
Pingu.
What's it going to be? Pingu. I was trying to think of what the name could be. Perfect. You nailed it. But what's it going to be? I can just see there like being a scene of like Pingu sitting at the dinner table with the penguin and
Joker's son chuckle.
It's just going to be so. It's going to be so weird. We'll give it a go. Though. A bit more DC news. We talked a few months ago now probably, about the Blue Beetle movie that's coming to HBO Max. Not coming to HBO Max anymore. I mean, it probably will, but it's now getting a cinema release. So it's been announced today that it's going to hit theatres on August 18th, 2023. That's going to be a good sign.
Yeah.
The fact that, I mean, I can only assume that Warner Brothers bigwigs must have seen either footage or, I don't know, concept art or whatever's been seen so far, and they thought, you know what, that's going to make us a ton of money. Let's run with that and just release it at the cinema, because it can't be due to COVID, because COVID's still being an absolute pain in the arse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although when you've got big Marvel movies making an absolute fortune, maybe they're just thinking, even if people do sort of, you know, if a portion of people decide not to go to the cinema, then we're still going to make a lot of money out of it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It's got the guy from Cobra Kai in it, playing the main character, playing the Blue Beetle. You've still not seen Cobra Kai?
No.
It's out next week. It's out, I think it's New Year's Eve.
Honestly, I've got so much to watch.
You need to watch all 3 Karate Kid movies, and you need to watch the first 3 series of Cobra Kai. 2, 3? 3.
There's already been 3.
I know.
I'm still just waiting on the next series of Stranger Things.
It's really... Yeah, that's coming as well soon. Let's stick to the news then. So, Marvel news. Thor Love and Thunder poster. So, earlier this week, some really sketchy photos hit Twitter of this apparent new Thor Love and Thunder poster. Got a bit of a mixed reaction. Some people seemed to love it. Some people thought it looked a bit shit and very fake. It then got a high-res release.
It's very Twitter. 80s.
It is, but that seems to be like the way that they're going with the movie.
Yeah.
From like the scene, from like what's the word? Since behind the scenes and stuff like that that we've seen. Taika Waititi though, he came on Twitter and said, "This is so bad." Basically, it's not real. He came out and said it's not real. He said, his words, "This is so bad that I kind of wish it was an official poster. It's definitely what I would have done if I was in charge of posters." Can you see where I'm going with this? Yeah. The Direct then contacted Marvel merch supplier Pyramid International, who confirmed that it is 100% real. I don't know if Taika's deleted the tweet, but I hope he hasn't. It's like, that shit, it's not ours. And then it turns out to be completely legit. I don't think it's the poster. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not going to be the official theatrical poster.
Yeah.
It looks to me like, you know, when you used to go to like HMV when you were a kid and you go through the posters, it's going to be like that type of poster. Yeah. So it's official merch, but it's not the official poster.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going to say it looks good, but it's just loads of pictures together, which we've already seen to a degree.
The Marvel Pyramid picture, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's like Thor's on it like 3 times.
Oh, I didn't see that it was on it 3 times.
Yeah. But are there 3 Thors? Are we getting variants? Are we into multiverse still? Because it's straight out. It's the next movie after
could be.
Doctor Strange, isn't it?
Maybe the goats are Thor goats.
Maybe. Oh. So we've got Frog Thor, Goat Thor, Alligator Loki, or Crocodile Loki. Was he an alligator or a crocodile?
Well, they said alligator, but then people were calling him Croaky, weren't they?
Yeah, because it just fits
because it fits better than
Alki. That's a whole different story. That's a different variant.
It goes dark, that one.
That's very dark.
Thor got fat. Loki ended up in AA.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked. That's why we called him Croaky. We also got a really good look at Jane Foster's Thor, Almighty Thor, on it. Very comic accurate. I know it's it's clearly a drawing, but I really can't wait to see her take over.
I'm excited to see that.
It's going to be good. So another Marvel movie that's on the way, which we've got some news for, is Guardians 3. So we also already know they're going to cross paths with Will Poulter's Adam Warlock in the threequel. But it's been rumoured by Murphy's Multiverse that he's not going to be the main villain. Ooh. So instead, it's apparently going to be another villain from the comics called the High Evolutionary. a.k.a. Herbert Wyndham from Manchester. No, I'm not kidding.
Oh no, it's Trevor all over again.
It is like Trevor all over again, yeah. So basically, he's in the comics, from my understanding, he's a scientist who basically turns himself into a god. So he like changes his genes and all that sort of stuff, so that to the point where he can create life and he can create planets. But he is literally just a scientist who went to Oxford and lived in Manchester.
Guardians turn up and he's like, scatter!
I hope so. I hope he's got a thick Manchester accent. I really do hope they go down that route. But apparently there's been rumours that Rocket's going to have quite a lot to do in this movie.
Okay.
And it's going to be like quite focused on him and his backstory.
Yeah.
So they're wondering whether, because he can create life, he's the one who created Rocket.
Oh, that would be
and
quite
that's
cool.
kind of going to be the tie-in to the story. And apparently, I didn't even know there was one, Rocket's love interest is rumoured to be in the movie. A ferret called Lila. No, I'm not kidding either.
No wonder there's going to be goats.
I know. I can't wait. We are going to we've got to get like a Pet Avengers. We've got to. It's got to be happening.
If
Thor
had a pet goat for the rest of it, like I'd be so happy.
It's just, you can tell that goat. I know we've gone back a bit, but the way that the goat pulled like a stupid face with his tongue sticking out the side, he is going to be it's going to be like a big character. He's going to be like Korg and Meek. He's going to be a massive character. So Guardians 3 is out May 2023. I've gone good with this week, aren't I? Normally we sit there and go, no idea. It's coming out next year at some point. That's May 2023. I've written these down. Little bit of Matrix news, and I thought this was worth putting in. And this might be a spoiler, it might not be, because apparently they don't know if it's actually going to happen. But there is going to be a Marvel cameo in Matrix Resurrections.
Oh.
So it was filmed in San Francisco.
Right.
And it was being filmed in San Francisco while Venom was being filmed. So apparently Tom Hardy's in it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's playing Eddie Brock. Apparently he's going to be... They filmed a scene where he was running just as like a jogger in the background with an actress called Jessica Henwick, who's in the movie as one of the main characters. Bugs, I think her name is in the movie.
Right.
But when she's running in the background, she's not playing that character. It all sounds really confusing, that, doesn't it? It'd be like Keanu Reeves being in the background of a scene, just walking around as Keanu Reeves. Do you know what I mean? It just sounds which might happen, but it just sounds really confusing. Yeah. I'm really interested to see what happens with it, but
I'm probably going to miss it.
You're probably going to miss it, yeah. To be fair,
no
idea. No idea what's going on. No idea. Another bit of news that's just come out. I haven't even written this down in the news, but I saw it this morning before we get into the Sonic trailer. Apparently, we are getting a Kick-Ass reboot.
Are we?
That's good news, isn't it? Did you like Kick-Ass?
I really enjoyed it, to be fair.
Did you like Kick-Ass too?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, because...
No one else did.
Well, because I just knew it was ridiculous anyway.
Yeah, but it went a bit shit, didn't it?
But I had no expectation for it, because I'd never heard of it, it was all just a thing.
Did you see them both at like the same time?
No.
So you saw Kick-Ass 1 and then waited for Kick-Ass 2?
Yeah.
See, I just didn't like Kick-Ass 2. I thought it just came across as being really cheap.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people liked it, but yeah, it wasn't for me. But it's been years. It was 2010.
Bloody hell.
That's when Kick-Ass 1 came out. So The Kingsman is out on Boxing Day here in the UK, and Matthew Vaughn, who's directing it, who does all the Miller World stuff, he was doing an interview with Collider, and he says, we've got a big reboot of Kick-Ass in 2 years. He said, it's so fucking nuts that I can't talk about it, but we've got that ready to go. All the rights revert back in 2 years, and then we're going to reboot it. So I don't know where the rights are.
Oh. Okay.
But I know Netflix have bought the rights to a load of TV series, so I'm wondering whether Netflix are then going to make the movie.
Maybe.
It's got to be good, though. But
Yeah.
Reboot, I'm a bit gutted because I like Chloe Moretz.
Yeah.
Chloe Moretz was amazing as a hit girl. There's a series out now, gone off on a tangent. This is how you know when you're old, when Chloe Moretz is playing a mum. Or she's pregnant in it.
Are you messing?
No. So it's called something like Mother. I got slated Mother Android or Mother Robot or Robot Mother or something like that. It's called. But she's like the pregnant woman who's about to have a baby.
Oh,
Chloe Moretz, the little girl from Kick-Ass. So old. Anthony, we're getting dead old.
I know.
You're like 42 nearly.
Wow.
Not really. He might be.
I'm not even 32 yet.
You never know. Sonic 2 trailer then. Let's get into the trailer. So, Anthony's watched it.
I have
That's
watched
good. That's a good start. So, just before we break it down, what do you think?
I'm dead excited.
So am I. It's weird.
I'm really, really excited.
I don't feel like I should be excited for it.
We're getting Jim Carrey looking more like actual Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
Which I'm living for, because that was the one thing that stressed me out in the first one. And then I saw the final scene in the first film and I was like, right, okay, this is where he's becoming Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
And my favourite character has always been Tails.
Oh, really?
So seeing Tails at the very end of the first film, I was like, okay, yes, Tails is going to be in the second one. So, and then obviously we've seen clips with that in now. Yeah. And then Knuckles. Idris Elba.
I know. I wasn't sure about Idris Elba.
I kind of love the contrast.
I do.
Because you just would not expect that kind of voice. I mean, I know Knuckles has always been a bit more macho and deep, but like Idris Elba's level of deep voice is another thing entirely. So I'm living for it, to be honest. I think it's brilliant.
I just wasn't sure about it, but just hearing him talk over the voice, over the animation, it was all right. It fit, didn't it? I wasn't sure about it before, but I was surprised at how much I enjoyed the first one. Yeah. And not necessarily just how much I enjoyed it, how good it was.
I actually watched it again about 2 weeks ago.
Well, so did we, yeah. Came on Netflix a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think because most of the time, video game movies are shit.
Yeah.
Aren't they? They're always a bit crap. Let's see what Uncharted's like. But they are always a bit crap. So I was surprised at how decent it was.
There's been a thing that people were a bit miffed that they've shown Knuckles already and wanted it to be a bit of a surprise. However, a lot of people are saying, have they shown Knuckles to double check that the fans are happy with it because of the whole thing with Sonic in the first one? But they made the right choice by changing Sonic in the first place.
Definitely.
Because he looked odd.
Just that's the nicest way of saying it.
I know, but it just did not sit right. It was like
something of a nightmare.
I know. So,
do you think that was legit?
I do think it was legit. Do
you think that they planned? Because, mate, it looked horrendous.
No
one sat there and gone, that looks good.
No, I think, mate, look at the films that should have been brilliant and have been shocking because of stupid stuff like that over the years. It just wouldn't surprise me. And I don't think it's the creators. I think it's the people in their ear. I think it's the, we've had it in the past with people like Warner Brothers getting too involved, Sony getting too involved and stuff like that. And I think that they've said, no, we need to make it our own, so change it up a bit. And I think that that's something that happened. And then when the fans kicked off, that's what's made them step back because they'll go, we won't make money off this.
But it was the best marketing ever.
Yeah. 100%.
Because everyone was talking about it.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, and then
but
when
I think
they
that was a happy accident.
If they'd just gone to the Sonic that we've seen and we've had in the movie, you'd have all looked at it and gone, oh, he looks quite good. Good. You'd just be like, oh yeah, sound. But giving us that absolute monstrosity that they gave us in the first trailer, and then tweaking it back, everyone was like, amazing, brilliant, love it. And people were a lot more hyped for it than they would have been originally. Kind of want to see a cut with the bad Sonic though. I kind of want to see it.
Release the original cut. I can't have another conversation about releasing any original cuts.
Release the Monster Sonic cuts.
I'm so sick of it now,
I'm alright with that one though. No, I know it is. So, like, how many cuts are we going to get?
I know.
Do you know, again, we'll come back to Sonic now. Do you know they've released a whole new cut of Rocky 4?
No, but I've never watched any of the Rocky films.
What?
I'm sorry.
You never seen the Rocky movies?
No.
Oh, mate. It was like 1980 something.
I just don't think I'd understand it.
Yeah, you would. It's fine.
Sylvester Stallone going all the
way through. He's recut Rocky 4. Like loads of new footage and everything like that. Looks really good. Really good. Anyway, so that's another new cut. So they've taken something from the 80s and recut.
That's what I mean. In like 20 years' time, we're going to go, do you fancy watching Mrs. Doubtfire? Which of the 72 cuts do you want to see?
It will be how many cuts,
I just don't think that that's the route we should be going down all the time.
No, neither do I.
Just make better
get
decisions.
Studios to
Thank you.
Listen and do what the director... You hire a director, you hire a writer.
Yeah. Curbing them has never done you any favours.
Exactly.
Pack it in.
Exactly. Every time you really... I'm
really angry about this.
He's not happy. He's gone like purple. He's not impressed. He's not impressed at all. Every time you look at a movie that should be good and completely bombs.
Yeah.
Or not every time, but most of the time you look at it and it says studio interference.
Yeah.
Or the director's pulled out halfway through. Do you know what I mean? It's like, just let them do their thing. Unless they go in and they're a complete idiot and it's like, I'm doing my own thing.
Do what they want to do,
completely.
unless you're Joss Whedon, and then probably curb that one a little bit.
Yeah, stop him. Easy fix. Just don't hire Joss Whedon. It's as easy as that. And I don't think that's going to be a problem going forward.
No.
Back to the Sonic trailer. So breaking it down a little bit, we've already pretty much covered it all, to be honest. So Robotnik's back, which is great. Sonic's trying to be a superhero. He's running around the city at night, trying to be Batman, basically, as it says in the trailer. We get Chaos Emerald.
Yeah.
Robotnik's got Chaos Emerald. So I've tried to bring back my Sonic knowledge, because it's been friggin' years since I played a Sonic game. So the Chaos Emeralds are what turns Sonic into Super Sonic, but I think he needs all of them.
Right.
So is this just the setup for the next movie?
It's like the Infinity Stones all over again.
It is basically the Infinity Stones. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Marvel robbed the Infinity Stones from Sonic. Or did Sonic rob them from Marvel?
Oh.
Which came first? I don't know.
No, neither do I.
I don't know. I'm going to back Sonic. Just because I feel...
That took a twist.
I feel like going against the grain a little bit. We get Tails, as we said. So Tails, I can't remember the lady's name. Tails is voiced by the lady who does the voice for Tails in the games.
Oh, amazing.
Which I thought was really good. She's done a really good job of it. So bring her back to do it.
Don't change what's not broken.
Exactly. And yeah, it looks
It's Chris Pratt
great.
in this one.
No. Do you know he was supposed to be, though? You know when they did all the concept art?
Oh, yeah.
From the very start, when it was like, let's make this movie.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt is in all the concept art for it, because they wanted Chris Pratt for James Marsden's role.
Really?
Yeah. If you go back and look...
I was joking because of Mario.
No, I know, yeah, but that's what they did. That is genuinely it. All the go back and look. Listeners, go and look up the original Sonic the Hedgehog movie concept art, and it's all Chris Pratt as a cop or as a sheriff. With James Marsden's role, yeah. So basically,
so I was right.
James Marsden has become the Wish version of Chris Pratt. Unlucky James Marsden.
Mate.
I like James Marsden.
No, I like him.
He's good.
I really enjoyed him as Cyclops.
He didn't get anything to do.
He didn't get anything to do, but I enjoyed what he did with what he had.
What an excellent character they had there.
I know.
And then they killed him off in the first... Spoilers. They killed him off in the first, 10 minutes in number 3.
I know.
Having given him nothing to do in 1 and 2. In number 1, he was hardly in it.
Yeah.
In number 2, didn't he get captured in, the first 2 minutes?
Oh, something like
and
that.
And then just turned up as a bad guy.
They
at the
just
end of
made
it.
him dead shit.
It was just not good, was it?
No.
Give him something to do. Bring him back.
Yeah.
I'd be alright with that.
Yeah. It was kind of a non-enemy enemy because they were both fighting for Jean Grey's affection.
Yeah. Do you want, when we get X-Men, do you want young X-Men? Do you want, teen Cyclops, or do you want grown-up Cyclops?
I want grown-up Cyclops.
I do. I don't want, him being, a whole new team.
No, I want him to be established so that he knows what he's doing.
I feel like if we're gonna, because Marvel are clearly are trying to get more comic book style.
Yeah.
And if we get an X-Men movie, we're gonna have to have that love triangle. We're gonna have to have the Jean Grey, Logan, Cyclops.
Yeah.
Love triangle. It's a bit weird if you've got 100-year-old Logan trying it on with 15-year-old Jean Grey. Do you not think? Yeah. Don't do that. Make them grown-ups.
Yeah.
Make them adults. And then run with that. And have them train in a new team, whatever. They can be established.
Yeah.
Like they did with Peter Parker and Spider-Man. No Way Home. I'm not spoiling anything. In Homecoming, we didn't get the origin story.
No.
We just had him as an established superhero, but he's already out there doing his thing.
His backstory's done.
Yeah,
essentially.
And there's no real origin story for the X-Men. They're just mutants. That's it.
Yeah.
We don't need to see First Class.
Yeah.
X-Men First Class. We don't need to see that again. Them all getting recruited. Just have them as a team that's existed. How are you going to write it in? I don't know, but yeah, do that. There's my rant over. You've had your rant about, what did you rant about? Studio interference. I've had my rant about Logan trying it on with 15-year-old Jean Grey. Anyway, that's it for the news. Should we do Hawkeye?
Let's do it.
Right, so Hawkeye episode 5, Ronin. Penultimate episode. There's one episode left of Hawkeye already.
That's weird, isn't it?
How the hell has that gone that quick?
I know.
Best episode yet?
Yeah.
Best
by
episode.
far.
One of the best MCU episodes of like Disney Plus.
People are saying so. I
really
don't
enjoyed
disagree.
it.
Like
No, I don't.
it was.
And nothing really happened.
No, it's
But
weird, isn't it?
It was just. It's like last week. It felt like it was just the whole episode was a tease and it was really good.
Yeah.
And then this again, nothing really happened, but it gave us a number of payoffs.
It was no particular event, but it was a shit ton of content.
Yes. And the acting in it was
amazing.
When we get into breaking it down, some of the scenes in this, there was probably two performances, which was basically Florence Pugh, and then Clint.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner, his brother, Jeremy Renner, talking to the memorial to Nat.
Yeah,
and it's like this is the for your consideration for an Emmy. This is the episode that they're putting together. But yeah, really enjoyed the episode. So again, we'll break it down and obviously start with the opening. The opening was amazing.
Yeah,
cold open, no prep for it, straight into the Yelena. I thought the opening to episode 1 was brilliant. We went back to 2012, but this just like had you hooked
even better. Yeah,
instantly. The whole blip. I love seeing
the
things.
way they did that was so good.
It really was, but it
was the way the environment flaked.
That's what got me.
That's what got me as well.
I had to rewind it and watch it again because I thought, am I watching? Is this the blip?
Yeah.
Or is there something more to it? Because it was. I sort of got onto it 5 seconds before it happened. As soon as she went to the bathroom on her own, I don't think I thought it was going to be her, but I thought she's going to come out and everybody else is going to be gone.
Yeah.
And then she's going to have lived in this world, this horrible world for 5 years, which is hardened her. But obviously they did it the other way and they made her blip. But it was just the way it was instant.
Yeah.
She disappeared, and before she'd even fully disappeared, she was back.
Yeah.
Which was so really good. But then it was after she was back for a good 1 second, 2 seconds, and then the bathroom changed around her, and that confused me.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, is there more? Is this just the blip, or is this just their artistic take on it, on what happens when you come back, or is there something more to it? And I'm reading into it too much. Do you know what I mean? Because why would it change after she's landed?
I think it's like the process, like how your brain may process it.
Maybe
because it's like blinking and you're in a whole different place. So maybe it was just like this is the couple of seconds that it's taken your brain to figure out that things are different from the exact same perspective as what's in your mind you've just seen.
Yeah, I get what you mean, yeah.
But that's how I took it.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it came across to me. But just the way it was done was incredible.
Because it did make you knew what was going on, but you didn't know what was going on, which kind of put you in her shoes.
Yeah.
Because it was like, what
because we had
happening?
this with Monica Rambeau. But
I was just thinking about that, but it was
the hospital and nothing had changed in the room apart from her mum wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, I get you.
So...
Oh, can you imagine, though, if they'd put her there and for a second she'd been able to see her mum, and then her mum
she
disappeared.
flaked away? That would have been cool.
Missed the trick there.
Yeah.
They definitely missed a trick there. That would have been really good.
Yeah,
and it would have made more sense for this. The rest of that opening, obviously we got the fighting, which was great because we just see Yelena kicking ass because we don't really see it for the rest of the episode, for this episode.
Yeah.
Not physically kicking ass anyway, because she basically does verbally give Kate a beating to a degree. But we'll get to that when we get to that. But I thought it was really clever how they very easily showed how the world had changed, because she went in and it was Anna was the Black Widow who was living in the house, and she had this Sonya with her, who was fighting the fight with her to rescue these and become a good person. And then the 5 years goes, and when she comes back, Anna's now the good person with the kid, and she's adopted a kid and married, and she says Sonya's gone off and doing contract work again. And it's like, it's very quick way of just saying this is how different the world is that she's now come into. Everything she knows has changed. And then again, the very first thing she wants to do is find Natasha. It's the very first question she asks, where's Natasha? I need to find Natasha. And again, that shows how pissed off she's gonna be, or she clearly is, when she finds out that she's not there. But yeah, really enjoyed the whole way it was. And again, I think the fact that it was a cold open. Yeah. Because I was expecting the previously on Hawkeye and the Marvel music, and we just went straight into it. Yeah. So really enjoyed that. So so there were basically 2 or 3 stories sort of running through the episode, weren't there? So there was obviously Yelena, which we'll come back to, Kate and Eleanor. So we'll jump. We're not going to jump right around, go every stage of the episode, but just sort of focusing on that story. is she basically, because it teases a lot at the start, because
Yeah.
she comes across as like she really cares, and she's really happy that Kate's now not with Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And then we find out at the end that she's the one who's hired Yelena to kill Hawkeye.
She's working with
Kingpin, which Anthony guessed completely correctly. Yeah, well done.
I'm so happy.
Well done. Is she? I can't read her. I'm really struggling to read her. Is she?
But I love that. I love that we can't.
I know. Is she really being the protective mum? So when Kate comes back and she's like, oh, and she tells her, Clint's basically told me he doesn't want to be a partner anymore, all that sort of stuff. And she seems happy. She seems happy that she's not going to be getting involved with all this superhero shit anymore.
Yeah.
Is she happy because she doesn't want her to be in danger?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I think she actually cares.
I think she actually cares about Kate, and I think that is also why when Kate says that she's found all the stuff about Jack, why she does call the police on him. Yeah. I think that's why. I think she's covering her tracks in a way.
She's definitely covering her tracks.
But she's doing it in a way that she still looks good to Kate.
Yeah.
Because I think she knows that Kate will find out that she's involved if she carries on with Hawkeye.
Yeah.
But I also know that now that we know that she's hired Yelena, that she could end up in the crossfire. And so I think she's trying to protect her in both ways.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. So do you think that's why she's hired? So I suppose the next question is, why is she hired Yelena to kill Hawkeye?
I don't know.
Is it because they know he's Ronin and they just want him dead? Is it because they think maybe he's going to let Maya know that basically Fisk had basically told Hawkeye to go and kill her dad?
But she was already hired before they got that far.
No, but they could have known. Fisk could have known for years.
Unless it's not Eleanor, because it sounds like she's hired Yelena on behalf of Kingpin. So is there a reason that Kingpin wants Hawkeye dead? But we haven't really met him yet, so we don't know the answer. Well,
I know we're going to go through the episode, but we've got one episode left here.
I know, and there's so many questions.
I know.
And where does Madam Hydra fit into all this? Because we had this conversation, didn't we, yesterday?
So is Fisk Madam Hydra's boss?
Maybe.
It's just, there's just so many loose, and it's great because we're still guessing. You don't think I didn't think that this series was going to be one where we'd be sat here 5 episodes in going, I've not got a clue.
Yeah.
When's Mephisto showing up? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd be at this point. I thought it would just be an action crime thriller, but it is.
Yeah.
But it isn't. There's so much.
Do you know
more
what I thought? It seems to be a bit like thrillery.
Yeah, it is definitely
because of the fact that it's just there's so many people involved, and it's so much of a whodunit.
I know. What if? Here we go. Just popped into my head, and I'm not gonna save it for ridiculous series or anything like that. Because I was thinking how the things that are going through my head is how the hell is Madam Hydra related to this?
Yeah,
because because Madam Hydra, as far as we know, is the one who hired or got Yelena to go after Clint, but now we're being told it was Eleanor.
Yeah.
So is it actually Eleanor, or does Yelena just think it's Eleanor who hired her, and we're going to find out it's not? And if it is Eleanor, and we're talking about Skrulls, is Eleanor a Skrull, and Madam Hydra is Eleanor? Are they the same person?
Maybe.
Could
so
be.
What, so you think Madam Hydra might be a Skrull?
What if Madam Hydra is Eleanor, and it's a Skrull? And this is all leading to Secret Invasion?
Maybe.
So it's the same person.
Oh God!
But then would Fisk be a Skrull? Would Fisk just be working with a Skrull? I don't know. I'm so confused. I'm making it more confusing than it needs to be. I am 100%.
Watch there be no Skrulls involved at all.
There better be Skrulls.
After we've talked about them so many times.
We need Skrulls. So Jack then. So obviously, Kate tells Eleanor, who I am 100% convinced knew.
Yeah.
This anyway.
Yeah. I'm convinced she knew.
And my first instinct was she knows. She's basically set Jack up.
Yeah.
So she's running the whole show.
He's taken the fall for something she's done, I think, as well.
And that's it, yeah. But Jack's sort of response to getting arrested and the FBI showing up, he was cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
Why?
And he was saying to her, don't worry, I'll get this sorted. I understand why you've done it.
Yeah, I understand why you've done it.
So I think that he thinks it's a secret from her. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like they've been...
But I don't know, does Jack...
I don't know. It's so confusing, isn't it?
Is he just being really cool about it because he's like, I know I've done nothing wrong and I'm loaded. I'll get a really good lawyer and I'll be out of this in 2 minutes.
Or does he know that because Fisk is involved, he can just get out of jail free card?
I don't know. That's the thing. That's what's getting me. And after the last episode, we were so convinced that he wasn't human, basically, because of how he was talking and stuff like that. I feel like I hope there's a lot more to this than we think, and it's got to lead into Secret Invasion. Yeah. So sticking with Kate's story, then we get to Kate going back to the pizza parlor or her apartment above or below the pizza parlor. Yeah. And we get Yelena, who is just...
From the moment she appears.
Literally from the moment she appears, that's it.
Phenomenal.
Does she throw a bottle at her? And she grabs it, and it's just the way she looks around the bottle, she's like, hi! It's just like perfect all the way through. This whole scene, it's kind of two scenes together, but it's one scene. There's no action in it. No. Whatsoever.
It's literally basically just talking Florence around Pugh. A scorched table.
Yeah, just absolutely killing it for 5 to 10 minutes.
While eating mac and cheese.
Yeah, exactly, which is a callback to Black Widow, because she was obsessed with mac and cheese when she was a little girl.
Yeah.
Now, and this isn't to put Haley Steinfeld down, right? I love Haley Steinfeld in this. I think she's a great actress. Yeah. Some people don't. Some people have said that they find her really annoying.
Oh, really?
I think that's the character, though.
I think
she's
that's
supposed
the character.
To be a bit irritating.
Yeah.
But she's brilliant all the way through this. But in the fact that Yelena or Florence Pugh just completely overshadows her, shows what level Florence Pugh is at. Because and it might just be, I mean, I've seen her in a few things and she's always really good, but she absolutely nails it in this. And she's basically just 10 minutes of her chewing the scenery. She's so melodramatic, but not like, fucking shut up now. It's just like, just give me more of this. Basically, just being so over the top.
The hot sauce on the mac and cheese.
The hot sauce.
Even when she's not speaking, it's just perfect.
The mannerisms and the way she looks. She looks mental. She does. She looks mental all the way through. And it's like, and I know she's like, I could have killed you the moment you walked in the door. And how funny she finds it. She's like, you could have killed me. Ha ha ha, don't be stupid. But...
You're very funny, Kate Bishop.
And the way she constantly calls her Kate Bishop. You want mac and cheese, Kate Bishop? It's that all the way through. And again, but it works. And you know straight away that after she's called her Kate Bishop like 12 times, you're like, she's doing this so that she can sort of...
Total mind games.
It's power. It's power over it.
Yeah.
But at any point, and I know she didn't, I was waiting at any stage in that conversation for her to snap.
Yeah.
And go nasty, and she didn't go nasty. She went very authoritative.
Yeah.
But she could have just gone at any point, and that's how crazy she comes across.
Yeah.
But as I said, in a completely good, in an amazing way.
Yeah.
The whole like, no, I haven't got any weapons. I've got no weapons. Okay, that's a lie. I've got no weapons in my hands. Okay, that's a lie. That's a lie as well. And it's like she could take it to pieces with the fork that she had in her hands.
Yeah.
I want a series. I can see a series of Kate and Yelena.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier style?
Yeah.
It's got to be. That's got to be the first meeting of like a proper partnership.
Yeah.
Because Hawkeye and Black Widow were partners, weren't they?
Yeah.
It's got to be. It's got to be it. And I kind of just want to talk about all the stupid things Yelena did and said through the episode.
It was just amazing, wasn't it? She just made me laugh so much.
Every line.
But I was hooked on everything she had to say. Yeah. Everything.
I can't remember what she said, but Kate says something to her and she goes, "What? That is crazy." But and then when she's like, "It's my first time in New York," and she's like shaking her hands. What are you here for? Rockefeller Center, Statue of Liberty. The new and improved Statue of Liberty.
Yes,
you know that was a tie, and that's not a Spider-Man spoiler. We know that the Spider-Man, in Spider-Man, the Statue of Liberty is getting that. So there's a tie in there straight away.
Yeah.
But yeah, just so funny. And then again, it does take a dark turn because she doesn't snap, as we said, but she just goes to, I'm here to kill Clint.
Yeah.
That's it. She basically thinks that he's a scumbag. I like the fact that Kate just defends him to the hilt, though.
Yeah.
And Yelena's got a point. She's known him for a week.
Yeah.
And she's saying, like, how does he convince you he's a good man? But again, Kate comes back with the fact that as soon as she finds out she's been hired to kill him, it's just takes her off. She's won the argument there, hasn't she? Basically.
Yeah.
But do you think Yelena, by the end of that conversation, was starting to doubt herself?
No. I don't think she is yet.
Don't you?
No.
You don't think she's doubting whether she should be killing Clint?
No.
I think the fact that she followed Eleanor and texted Kate to tell her, I think that shows that she had a bit of doubt in her mind.
Do you reckon?
Because I don't know why she'd follow Eleanor. Because if Eleanor, and again, I'm going back to it, if Eleanor is the one who hired her, why did Yelena not know it was Eleanor? Because she knew who Eleanor was.
Yeah.
Because she says, your mum's Eleanor, she works for this security, she owns the security firm. Your dad, Derek, I think, is deceased. Very sad. So she knows who Eleanor is at that stage already.
Yeah.
So how did she only find out at the end that Eleanor was the one who hired her? Is it because she's a Skrull? And Yelena knows she's a Skrull. Going Skrulls. If I don't get friggin' Skrulls in this series, I'm going to be fuming. Clint then. Let's go back to Clint, because Clint's got his own little story going on. I love the fact that he's staying with grills.
Yeah.
We've still got the LARPers in this. We are getting that scene. We're 100% getting that scene. I'll be going to Skrulls and LARPers running around dressed as Ronin. That's what I need. If I don't get that, I'm not going to be happy with the series. The costumes, I think he says the costumes are ready, but we don't get to see them. Saving that for the end of the series. It's got to just be the costumes that we've seen in the promo materials.
It must be, because we haven't seen them yet.
But why are they keeping it? Why are they trying to keep it secret?
I don't think they are.
Do you not think?
No. There's not been a reason for them to gear up yet.
No, I know, but it's like he said, I've got your costumes here, do you want to see them? And he was like, no, I'll leave it. And it's like, why did we just pick them up?
Because he told Kate to piss off, hadn't he?
Yeah, I know.
And I think that was a reminder that he's pushed her away in a bit of a horrible way, so he's not ready to look at them yet. That's how I took it.
Yeah, okay. I'm alright with that. I just want it to be more.
No, I know.
I want to be
But
surprised. I would have loved to have been surprised by it.
I need it to be that moment. I need it to be the moment that they come back together and go, we're doing this. And then they suit up. And then it's like, okay, we've got him.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I get what you mean, yeah. But
and that's what I'm looking forward to.
I would have loved it if we hadn't seen it. And I think the very first time we saw Clint was in like a behind the scenes photo of him and Alakwa Cox. But if you go on Disney Plus, it's got them in the costumes. Yeah. Literally on all the promo material. So that's why a little bit of me is thinking, is it going to be something completely different? Is it going to be a mask? Is Clint going to have a mask and we don't... That's what they haven't shown in this. 2 masks. Both of them masks. Yeah. Oh, I want it. Needs to be. So Clint obviously as well goes to the memorial that we talked about before. That was rough. Fantastic.
I welled up.
Did you?
Yeah.
It was I love the fact that he just took the earpiece out
because it just cut out all the sound around him.
Complete silence.
So he could talk to Nat.
I thought we were going to see Yelena watching him.
Yeah,
and
I
that
did.
was going to be the point that would turn her, because she'd be like, well, he does care.
Yeah.
But we didn't. So that surprised me.
But this was the part where I did a little bit of a shout-out thing.
What do you mean?
So, when you're watching something, you get really engrossed, and then you talk to the telly, forgetting for a split second.
You think you're recording a podcast?
I literally forget, and I start talking to the characters. I've done it a million times.
Oh, right, okay.
But I did it in this and he went, and I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. And I went, what are you going to do, Clint? And then realised he's not, hear you? No, he's got his hearing aid out.
Amazing. So sticking with Clint then, we got a scene with the bros, very small scene with the bros. I call them the bros, the tracksuit mafia, or the tracksuit idiots, as
it's because the truck company was called like Trust a Bro Moving Company. The whole little conversation with them, again, just randomness, pure randomness. Calling them, saying that we don't look like the Royal Tenenbaums, we do a little bit. We do a little bit look like them. And then when that arrow comes through and the one the screams like, dead. I had to rewind. So I couldn't tell whether it was the screech of the tyres when they stopped or whether it was a scream. It was brilliant. And the reaction when he read it, like, Maya, meet me here, and he's like, we're not Maya. It was so stupid. So again, sticking with Clint then, we get this conversation with Laura. Again, she knows far more than we've been led to believe. Laura knows. She knows who the big guy is. Again, as soon as he mentions the big guy, she's like, oh, you don't think it'd go that high? Yeah. If she was just his wife, I mean, he might tell her everything, but I think she must know. And it's when she says, I'll always understand more than anyone else ever could. Yeah.
So that she must be an agent, an ex-agent, or a Skrull, or Mephisto.
No,
she must be.
I've got a feeling she's an ex-agent.
Yeah, I do.
Now.
It's got to be her watch.
Because I wasn't sure the last time you'd said it. But
Weren't ya?
No. But like, now the way she's saying stuff,
Yeah.
even if she's just like an intelligence that works from home or something because she wants the family
Guy in the
life.
chair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Potentially. I don't know. I think we're going to find out there's much more to it. But again, it's another massive loose end, that.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Which is what makes me think when it's nothing's going to come of it.
Imagine
She
if
just
we got
knows a
like
lot.
a point in a film where they said we need to get intelligence from somebody that trusts us. We don't see Clint at all, but they turn
It's
up
just
at
Laura.
Laura's house.
Yeah, that'd be quite
That'd
good.
be quite cool.
Yeah. I love the fact that it all just ties in.
Yeah.
But I feel, and I know we're going off on a tangent, but S.H.I.E.L.D.'s dead, isn't it? And I just think it's not going to be... S.H.I.E.L.D. is now
But
Sword.
then Sword could
But-
be getting in touch with her.
I know, but I feel like that's a lot bigger. I think like
It
they'll be
is
talking
bigger.
to like aliens and
It
stuff
is
like
bigger,
that.
but they might need somebody on the ground.
They'll have Kree. They'll be referring back to Kree or
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
on Xandar or something. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It
But she
feels
could be
bigger.
watching people, like, she could be watching Skrulls or Kree or whatever.
She could be.
That are on the planet.
Yeah.
And she could be, like, the point of contact from.
Yeah. She's a good character as well, so it will be
She
good
is a
to
good
see. Because I
character.
don't think we're going to see much, if any, more of Clint.
No.
I don't think he's going to die.
No.
I hope he doesn't die. Be fuming
No,
if they kill him
no,
off.
I don't think he'll die. But I think this is his retirement. I think this
Yeah,
is
I
his
do.
send-off.
I do.
Yeah.
But we've not seen... I like this Laura. I like her being a little bit more involved rather
Yeah.
than just I'm at home looking after the kids.
Yeah, but why would they build that up
Putting
if it wasn't
mayonnaise
going to
on
go
hot
anywhere?
dogs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so I'd like again. Why would they? But then look at WandaVision. Why did they do this? Why did they do that? Why did they do this? And nothing came of anything. We've talked about
Kevin
the plots.
Feige's response was bants.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Banter.
It's just so I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see anything
Yeah.
more of it. We got another fight between Maya and Clint. Round
Yeah.
3. Fight number 3.
Yeah.
I think I want to say, but obviously Clint was Ronin, which we obviously know. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Clint's Ronin. I loved how he took out Kazzy and the Bros just
Yeah.
completely silently. What's the word? Stealthily.
Again, it was thrillery as well, the way he did it.
It was, yeah.
Because it was like them being... The way he was pulled under the car and stuff
Yes.
like that out of the way.
Yeah.
And they just heard the screams and they're looking round to see who's disappeared.
Yeah, and it just shows again how much of a force Clint is.
Yeah.
Like we just watched a video of SNL with Hawkeye only having 11 arrows. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And how like useless people think he is.
Yeah.
And then he does stuff like this. And I know it's the tracksuit mafia and the
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
but how easily he just takes them all out to the
Yeah.
point where Maya's just completely on her own. And then that's a much tougher fight.
Yeah.
She proper holds her own, but again, it's because she's got this power. It's like she's
She's kind of winning it at that point, isn't
yeah,
she?
she picks up on his weak points. She gets the art. She notices obviously he's got a cut on his arm, so she goes and digs into the cut on his arm.
Yeah.
So she's a powerful opponent at the end of the day, isn't she? Which
Yeah.
is why she's going to end up with her own series. But yeah, he obviously ends up winning.
Because Kate appears.
Is that what does it?
Yeah, Kate.
No, he gets her
hits
first, doesn't he?
No, she's about to kill him, and Kate gets her with an arrow or something.
Yeah, but he beats her first, and then she gets back up.
Yeah.
Doesn't she? Am I right? She beats
I don't
him.
know, no.
He beats her, and then that's when he starts telling her that there was an informant, and that's why he got tipped off as to where her dad was. And then she gets back up, and then Kate shoots her.
Oh,
She
okay.
shoots her. She shoots her. Or does she shoot
I
something?
think it's like just something that knocks her a bit,
Shoots his sword out of her hand.
something like that.
I've seen this twice, but I've also watched Spider-Man since then. But yeah, some of those lines. So Clint basically says, "I was tipped off."
Yeah,
We don't know. It wasn't the uncle who tipped him off. It was somebody who works for the uncle.
Yeah,
tipped
yeah.
him off under the instruction of the uncle. I don't know why I'm saying the uncle. Fisk.
yeah,
That's the gist of it. And then she instantly doesn't trust Kazzy.
yeah.
Because afterwards we have this conversation. I also thought it was quite funny because I always thought Clint mumbles a little bit to the point where she seemed to be really struggling to read his lips.
Yes.
It's like only
And I
ever the
love
word.
that.
I did.
thought it was brilliant.
It was good. It was more realistic, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Because he does.
Yeah.
He's always like this under his voice, and he doesn't
Yeah.
really move his mouth much. And it's just little things like that
Yeah.
that made it feel a lot more real.
Yeah,
So I didn't think she believed him at all at that stage. And then, because I thought he's gonna have to do a lot more to convince her
Yeah.
of this. But then, literally straight away, she goes to see Kazzy, and you can see straight away she just doesn't buy it. It's
Yeah.
like she's been working things out in her head because he was the number 2,
yeah. Things are
and
clicking for her.
he wasn't there,
Yeah.
and he just didn't expect the question at all, because it was like, I didn't get the call. There was no legit.
No.
But again, I was like, why has this never been asked?
Yeah.
In 5 years?
Yeah.
5
why
years?
Is,
7
why
years?
number 2 wasn't there at that moment?
Yeah. I mean, she might have blipped.
It's suspicious.
Oh, no, it was after the blip.
Yeah.
Because Ronin was doing it during the blip, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, why would he not ask? Maybe she's just distraught at the fact that her dad,
Maybe.
the lovely dad who was running a criminal gang that was probably killing people, but he's made out to be this absolute hero.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also thought in that scene, because going back to, because obviously said Kate saves Clint,
Yeah.
and in the last episode, it was, where Clint was going, never worry about your entrance, it's all about your escape.
Yes.
and she booked an Uber.
Brilliant. She booked an Uber.
The name Tabitha.
Tabitha, yeah.
So good. But it's the same as it was the same as her entrance. It was like Clint wants this big elaborate thing, and it's like, I'll just walk in and get someone's bags, and then this, it's like, what's your escape plan? It's like, I got an Uber and I didn't give him a real name because I'm clever. It's just like, keep it simple, literally just keep it simple. And then that was it. Then the next thing we got the reveal, which we've already talked about. So we've been waiting for literally since episode 1.
Yeah.
We've all known since episode 1.
Yeah.
It's the worst kept secret in any of this. It would have been nice to get a surprise.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really surprised.
I
was
still
amazed
think
when we
we
saw
might.
him. Oh, I think we're going to get a surprise in this.
I think we're... Yeah.
Yeah. But I was just more happy when we saw him.
Yeah.
Rather than being shocked, because
Yeah.
I thought we'd have seen him in the last episode.
Yeah.
I thought we'd see more of him in this episode as well.
I thought
we'd
see
actually
more of
him.
Yeah.
But now I'm not convinced we'll see him.
No.
I'm not convinced in episode 6 we'll see him.
No.
I think I could see it quite easily just being the wrap up of Eleanor, and we don't see anything, or we see him in like the last seconds of the episode.
Yeah.
Setting up whatever's coming next. But I wouldn't be surprised if Vincent
Like
didn't have
something
a big
like
part.
It ends with they're trying to get to him, and it's just him, and like you see a quick clip of him as lift doors close or something, and he's made his escape.
Something along those
lines, so that he's now set up and ready to go for whatever he comes into next.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
which I think would be brilliant.
Where is he going to be seen next?
Well,
because what have we got that's coming? That's ground level.
No, nothing soon. But I don't know. He might just be one of those. He's a big bad, but just keeps appearing in stuff until there's a big storyline for him.
Well, look at what's coming. So we've had Spider-Man No Way Home, which is multiversal.
Yeah.
We've got, that's not a spoiler. Obviously, we know it's multiversal.
Yeah.
We've got Captain Marvel. Oh, She-Hulk.
Yeah,
he could be the big bad in She-Hulk, couldn't he?
Could.
I think that's where he's rumoured to be, because Matt Murdock is rumoured to be popping up in that.
Okay.
So, yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Maybe this is just literally the setup. But then it feels like a bit of a waste that they're using the Hawkeye series just to set up a She-Hulk series. As entertaining as it's been, I don't feel like much has happened.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, in like the moving of a villain and having a, but then again,
look at the fantastic. From a character perspective, yeah, loads, because it's shown us, it's introduced us to Kate. We've now got Yelena.
Yeah,
we've had Hawkeye's arc of hating himself for being Ronin, and then now obviously coming to terms himself. He's gonna forgive himself by the end of the next episode. By the end of the episode, but other than that, from an actual story perspective, where's it going? But then I suppose if you look back at any of the MCU shows, have any of them really done anything?
Not particularly.
Have they all been set up? WandaVision, love it. I genuinely think it's the best show.
Yeah.
Really good. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
No, it didn't. Nothing happened. Literally, the story was Wanda went mental. There was no big villain. Wanda's gone crazy and gone and locked herself in a cabin in the woods. That was the gist of the story.
Yeah.
Loki...
And it's kind of like introduction. So we had Agatha, but she's been introduced, and we know that she exists, and she's locked away in her mind somewhere, but can be released at any point.
Yeah.
So we've got that, and then you've got Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
which was
ground level. It was,
but again, nothing really happened. It was set up. The whole arc of the story was Sam taking over the mantle of being Cap.
Yeah. Loki
just introduced the multiverse.
Yeah.
That's it. What else have we had? What if just possibly not even canon at all. Well, I know it's canon, but it's not necessarily going to have an effect on anything at all.
I think this is a way of them avoiding trying to do it all in a film, so that when we get the films,
do you think it's a bit of a cop out? It's like, let's do these things to make a lot of money because we are and selling Disney Plus memberships. But if you don't go and watch the movies, you can completely get it. Sorry, if you don't watch the TV series and you just go and watch the movies, you can completely get it.
Yes and no. Right. So at the end of the day, first, the number one thing. Has this entertained us for the last 12 months?
No, I get that.
100%.
Yes, it has, 100%, yeah.
For the people that can watch the films and get away with just watching the films, fantastic for them. That works for them.
Yeah.
However, you've got your more involved people that love your comic books, love the films and all of that kind of stuff, that want the bits of backstory, and this is our way of getting them.
I think it's all. Yeah, I agree.
Don't get me wrong. They're a business and they're making money, so it's going to be a money-making scheme. Yeah. Like, that's what they're doing it for predominantly.
Yeah.
However, we're getting the stuff that you wouldn't necessarily normally get in a film because we're getting to see their setup.
Yes, but it's character development.
Yeah.
This whole thing is, WandaVision was a series of character development.
Yeah.
And Loki was a series where it was just character development.
Yeah.
And then this is just character development and an intro.
Yeah.
But like when we get to Multiverse of Madness...
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we literally just got a mention of Westview and there was nothing about the twins, nothing about the kids, no mention of Vision. It was just Wanda is now powerful, and it'll be mentioned you did this thing in Westview and now you're ultra powerful. Oh, remember that? Yeah, remember that.
Yeah,
and then that'll be Westview completely forgotten from a movie perspective.
Yeah.
And we'll bring it back up in Agatha.
Yeah.
But that's where I now feel it's going. Having watched this many of them,
yeah,
I just don't think that they're gonna have huge ramifications.
I don't think they're gonna have
movies.
huge ramifications, but I think it'll be an easier explanation if and when they appear in films.
I do, but I just think it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous ground now because it could go one or two ways. You could either, because a little bit of me thinks, right, are they trying not to do anything too large or too important to the movies in case people don't watch, so that they can go, well, we'll keep producing the Disney Plus shows because their stories and their characters, etc., and we can drop them into the next Endgame because then people will be like, oh, look, they're in the fight, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And if they get big enough and everyone's watching it, then we can start making them more important because people are sticking with them. But I'm now at the point, and I know we sort of analyse these a lot more than a lot of other people do because we do the podcast, but I've never really twigged on to what we've just discussed until now, and it's like, hang on, nothing happens, it's just character development. But are people going to start sitting there and going, can't be asked, can't bothered, don't need to watch it, nothing happens in these MCU shows? Yeah, they're good, but I don't really need to watch it because it's going to be a mention in the next movie. But
I do you know what though, as much as yes, I love the fights and the events and stuff, I'm very much a character building.
We are, but is Joe Bloggs in the street going to?
Well, no, but then everyone's got their own different opinions, and you know
But do you think if off the back of WandaVision, I think Doctor Strange is going to be the big tell.
Yeah.
Because that's going to come off the back of WandaVision.
Yeah.
But I think if you go into, even if you've got the average person on the street who likes the Marvel movies but isn't obsessed with them like we are, but has watched them all, because there's a lot. We went to see Spider-Man and it's rammed. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
People love it. But is the more general consumer gonna watch WandaVision and then get to Doctor Strange and there's a 2-second mention of Westview and they're gonna go, oh, I didn't need to watch that. I enjoyed it, but I didn't need to watch it. And they're not going to go, well, do you know what? Screw that, I'm not going to watch these things anymore. But are they going to be seen as being less important to watch?
Well, at the end of the day, I knew that stuff coming on the TV meant that it was going to be less important than the movies.
I didn't.
Didn't you?
No,
I did.
I thought this, and I think it was sold by Feige as this is, and I know it's obviously one universe and it's all shared.
Yeah.
But I saw it as being, if you don't watch these Disney shows, you aren't going to have a clue what's going on in these movies because they're all part of the same thing.
But then again, until...
That's how I saw it.
When you look at the production side of things, we're still in the early stages of the storyline of the TV going into the storyline of the films.
Yeah.
But yeah, something like that, that's only just going to start coming into it. So maybe there is going to be more to it than just
I know.
a passing comment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I hope there is.
We don't know yet because we haven't seen where it's going.
And I think that's going to be the big tell. I think if you go, I think if we come out of what's called Multiverse of Madness, and it doesn't really and I think if people come out of Multiverse of Madness and don't go, bloody hell, I'm glad I watched WandaVision. Then I don't think we've been lied to, but I think I'd be.
Because my only question is
that people wouldn't be into it.
That thing about her boys is a big thing at the end of WandaVision.
Yes.
So if that just does not get a mention, that is where her story was going. She was on the search for them. That is why she's looking through all her powers and stuff like that. If that doesn't get a mention, then they've screwed up.
I think it'll get a mention. Where my head's going now is, I think it'd get a mention, but it'd be a mention, and then it'd be the end of the movie will be, better go and find me kids.
No, I think if it's
for the people who've watched it.
I think if because obviously we know that Wanda's coming into it.
Yeah.
I think if she's agreeing to help Strange, I think she's saying, if I'm going to help you, I need you to help me.
Maybe.
And I think that's how the route will go.
Hopefully. I hope so.
That's the only way I can see it being a thing.
That's the only way I can see it being decent, yeah.
Yeah.
But that does concern me, and I know we've got off on a massive tangent, but as I said, to summarise, it doesn't feel like anything's happened in this series, and looking back, it doesn't really feel like much has happened in the rest of the series.
But again, like I feel like that's quite a negative connotation to it, because again, I really enjoy the fluffing up of a story.
Yeah, no,
so
do
I
I
like the fact that we get, well, what's happened in between these?
Yeah.
Like, I watch so many films in the end and I go, but what happens next?
No, I get what you mean.
And we're getting that. So we're getting like the little bits of info in between the big movies, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting their full story now.
No, I know. And I appreciate that, but I don't think...
enjoy.
I know.
But I think a lot of the comic book people will really enjoy that.
Yeah.
They'll want to know the bits in between. They'll want to know all the kind of what happens around the movies that we have, the blockbuster stuff, and I think that they're getting that. So
no, I do. I just think it's dangerous in that I think some people might watch it and go, "Is that all it is?"
Yeah, maybe.
And then they might leave it from there. I don't know.
But again, I do think that the setups are big enough that they will be used in the films.
People just enjoy it anyway, don't they, at the end of the day? But yeah. Where do we... KINGPIN, before we go on to sort of wrap it up, KINGPIN, were you a bit disappointed that he wasn't this massive CG monster?
Yeah, because there was talks about the fact that they were going to make him look more comic book accurate.
He looks thinner than he did in Daredevil. He looks like
I didn't see him in Daredevil at all, so I don't know.
Big, he looked more...
But I don't know whether it's the angle of the photo either.
Yeah.
Because it's from high up in it.
Yeah.
So...
And he's
height-wise, yeah. So, like, I don't know.
And he fancies Eleanor, so he was sucking it in.
Yeah, maybe.
So along those lines, yeah.
Maybe had a cummerbund on.
Maybe. He did. He looked. When I saw him, I thought he looks like he's lost weight from the KINGPIN in Daredevil.
Yeah.
Are we thinking it's the KINGPIN from Daredevil? I know you've not seen Daredevil, but do we think it's going to end up all being tied together, or are we going down the variant route?
Well, I think it's got to be him.
Same one.
Yeah.
You don't think we're going to find out that Daredevil and the Netflix shows are variants from a different universe? You think it's going to be the same one?
Yeah.
I'd kind of like it if it is. And if it wasn't for Iron Fist, which I haven't seen but I believe is shocking, I'd probably say that's the way they'd go.
Yeah.
But I don't think they want to keep that Iron Fist being MCU.
But
they don't have to, do they?
Yeah. I'm just thinking
you can pick the bits you like.
Yeah. Pick and choose.
But it'd be good for that story, but it's going to mean a lot of people are going to then have to go back and watch the Netflix.
Maybe not.
I think they'll change it just enough so that you know it's not that, but it's basically all the good bits of the character.
Yeah.
Where do we think, before we go to Podfans Assemble, where do we think we're going? What's happening in the finale?
I think
nothing from the conversation we just had.
No, so I think we're going to get the confrontation with Eleanor.
Yeah. That confused me because there's an Eleanor and a Yelena. So I was like, which one are we talking about? Yeah.
So I think we're going to get a confrontation with Eleanor.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get a confrontation between Clint and Yelena.
Who will forgive Clint? Because she realises he didn't kill her?
I think Kate's going to come in one more time and convince her.
Yeah, and then we've got
because I think the way Kate has been singing his praises no matter what, even when she was told he was Ronin and all of that kind of stuff. I think that it's got to be building up to something. So I think that it's got to be Head that talks Yelena down. It's got to be.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
So
she talks Yelena down, and then Clint will talk Echo down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women who hate Clint Barton.
I know. Yeah.
Is there around there?
I know. And then
it's enough.
And then I think that I think we'll get Fisk. I think we'll see him properly
as a big part.
But I don't think it's going to be a massive part. But I think it's going to be ending up with, after they've all talked down, all eyes point to him, and it's the manipulation, and everyone's gone, hang on, it's him.
Well, if you look at the end of the...
And then he's just going to be like, bye, in his chopper.
Yeah, I think he's just been running the show.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, can't wait. I'm really looking forward to next week. And it'll be out. We'll be releasing the episode slightly earlier next week because it's Christmas. We normally release it on a Friday, but it's Christmas Eve. Is it Christmas Eve on the Friday?
Yeah, Christmas Eve on Friday, so we'll get it out on Thursday night.
Thursday, yeah. Brilliant. Should we see what the listeners think? Should we do pod fans?
Yeah, let's do it.
Pod fans assemble.
Okay, so we did our weekly poll, so we want to know what you thought of the week's episode. 79% loved it.
Amazing.
14% said it was okay. And we still had 7% that hated it.
I can't wrap my head around that.
I can't get my head around anyone hating that episode.
I can't. I mean, just literally just the 10 minutes of Yelena was just
it was
amazing.
Enough.
I was just completely, not in like a weird seedy way, just I love the character.
Oh, she's brilliant.
So good. I just want to know everything.
So funny.
So amazing.
So then we've got our comments. So Sheldon Pink said, every second of this episode was just pure fire. The action, the interaction, the dialogue, the reveals in that opening scene. The end title graphic had me wondering if that had been there all along, but man, do I want that on a t-shirt.
So the end title graphic, thanks Sheldon, I had to go back and watch this myself. So I just turn it off. I skip through and look to see if there's a post-credit.
Yeah.
But the actual images that you see at the end of every episode are different.
Oh, okay.
And at the very end of this, you see Hawkeye and Kate on like different rooftops or silhouette to them.
Yeah.
And as it pans out, there's just this huge figure of Kingpin looking over the two of them.
Amazing.
As if he's been running the show for the whole thing.
Love it.
Right at the very, very end, before it comes up with like who was doing the French version. But so there must be, it's either just sort of implying that he's here, or it's implying that he's been running the show for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have had that'd be cool if we find out that he's been controlling things from like the start. Like if he had something to do with the whole the super soldiers.
Oh,
the what? The Black Hand Gang.
Was that not what they were called?
Who? In what?
The super soldier.
I don't know. They called the Black Hand Gang.
I think it was something like that, wasn't it?
I don't know, but I want to know what the Black Hand Gang is now. If you just pulled that on top of your head, I'll be dead impressed.
I'll be really sad if that's wrong.
The Black Hand Gang. We'll Google it later.
Okay. So then Jules said, hey, so for Hawkeye episode 5, it would be interesting how Echo will get her revenging since her thoughts are now strained by Clint.
Yeah.
Though I'm sure she's somehow going to fight Cassie and Uncle Kingpin. I reckon she might.
Yeah, I do, yeah. It's got to be Cassie. But I feel like she'd take him to pieces in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, so do I. And then Jules went on to say, but man, Vincent D'Onofrio, it's safe to assume that everything that happened in the Netflix verse is canon to the MCU. Would love to hear your thoughts on the podcast.
We've just done it.
Yeah.
We've kind of just done it. Andy thinks it's canon. I don't think it's canon.
Yeah.
Only one of us will be right.
I don't know if it's canon. I just... I was down to the actor. Is it the...
Yeah, it's obviously the same actor, but I think they're going to just tweak things ever so slightly to make it that it's a variant.
But then how do you do the variant without the multiverse part of it? That's the only thing that I can't get my head around.
I don't think they need to tie it into the multiverse, really. I think they'll make it just different enough so that, like we just said, the hardcore fans will go, oh, I know it's different, and the people who aren't that hardcore into it will go, well, I didn't watch it anyway, but I'm sure I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Update: the Black Hand Gang are a secret Serbian society in the earliest 20th century that used terrorist methods to promote the liberation of Serbs outside Serbia. So no, they weren't the super soldiers. Where the hell did you get that from? Love it.
Well, what were they called?
I don't know.
The super soldiers?
I don't know. Do another one.
Okay.
I'll find out. But they weren't the backhand gang.
Oh, that's it. Steve Future said epic in capital letters, which is enough for me.
Yeah, that's it. Flag smashes.
It's not even close.
No.
Let's move on. Erican said, absolute cinema. Definitely the best episode so far.
I agree, it was.
I need putting down, man. It's not okay. Peacemaker said, Kingpin hand on the rest of his body, and then a gif with his back from Harry Potter.
Made it, yeah, I saw that. Brilliant. The rest of his body, but less of his body by the looks of it.
Yeah. Dimitri Third said, spoilers ahead. Loved the introduction of Wilson Fisk, and the fights were really well done too. I'm super excited to see the costumes the LARPers made for Clint and Kate in action.
Masks.
Hang on.
What masks?
The LARPers. What do we think is going to happen in the next episode?
We're getting thingy. We've got to get a distraction.
There's got to be somewhere.
There's got to be a distraction. They're either Ronin, loads of Ronins. Oh,
Yeah.
no. Right. Kate and Clint, the suits we've seen.
Yeah.
With masks.
Yeah.
And then the LARPers all running around in the same suits with masks.
Yeah.
So all the male LARPers are Hawkeye with the Hawkeye mask.
Yeah.
And all the girl LARPers are Kate with the girl Hawkeye mask.
Yeah.
There you go.
But who specifically against? Will that
The
be
tracksuit
against
mafia.
Fisk or Kazi?
Both. Well, they're the same, aren't they? Both. Just running around. They'll just be trying to catch him.
Just running around.
Running around New York. LARPing away.
From different Usops. Yoo-hoo!
Yeah. That's it. I like it.
Ken said that episode was pure fire. I am a sucker. People are using fire a lot. I like this.
I use fire a lot. I like it.
I've never heard it before.
Haven't you?
I'm a sucker for the blip scenes, and that cold opening was amazing. The ties to Black Widow movie were great, and then the action of the episode, but that ending is pure 5 out of 5.
Amazing. I agree.
Kids, what are we watching tonight? Florence Pugh was awesome. Love that we got to see in their real time what happens when you blipped away.
Yeah.
The last text message, though,
that.
may have let out a little pee. Amazing. Love it. Peter Parker, Spider-Man,
Oh my
commented,
God.
I really enjoyed it. The best episode yet.
Yeah.
And then Rachel Miller replied, what a night to be an MCU fan. Just back from Spider-Mania at the cinema. I'm going to read this second verse. And watched Hawkeye. Absolutely fantastic.
Just double checking the no spoilers.
Yeah, just making sure. Loved the unexpected opening and the blip scene where Kate and Yelena were having dinner. Florence Pugh is just unbelievably good. The action, the surprises, brilliant.
Amazing. Brilliant.
Colin Pinkin said, I thought Yelena was going after Clint was a perfect revenge thing. Learning she was hired to go after him. Not allowed to hide the truth, or is it? Was an interesting twist. Can't wait to see how that develops. And then she went on to say, I also feel a little sad about Echo and Kazi's relationship now. There's chemistry there. I think he cares for her. And now that this new info has put doubt in her mind about him, there's a tension there now.
She's
Hope
got
there was
no
a good
one.
reason for his absence.
There won't be.
No.
No, he did it.
Yeah.
Which means Echo's got no one. So she's lost her
And
dad,
I think
her uncle's
his-
a bastard, and her best mate is...
I think his
killed her
protection
dad.
of her has been a repentance for him. But I think he's developed feelings for it in the process, which is why he genuinely cares so much about her.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happened.
But
and I think he'll try and convince her of that, and I don't think she'll take it.
When she kills Kazi, which she will, because she's out for revenge and she wants to kill Ronin. She's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to turn her attention completely to
Yeah.
him and forgive Ronin. And then her only other person, the only other member of her family, Fisk, is the one who tried to kill him.
Yeah.
So, but what if? Yeah, she loses. So she kills Kazi.
Yeah.
She decides, right, Fisk is now my enemy, because we're getting an Echo show. That's going to be the ground level show where Fisk's the bad guy, isn't it?
Yeah, could be, yeah.
What if the tracksuit mafia stick with Maya?
That'd be amazing.
So Echo and the tracksuit mafia as like
Or
the
after
force
Fisk.
for good. Yeah, amazing. I want the tracksuit mafia.
And
good.
he goes and hides out in a new lair in the eye of the thing that came out of the ground in the tunnels. What's it
Yes,
called?
do that.
Yeah.
This Leslie. Yeah, anybody.
Fisk gets his chopper out to the
Yeah.
to the eye
Doctor
socket.
Evil, and then sits there, turns around, puts his fingers in his mouth.
His finger that's the size of his head.
Amazing.
So then Richard Nebbins commented and said, arguably the best episode of MCU content to date, Disney Plus content to date. incredible, both story in the moment and tying back to the MCU's past, and one of the best payoffs to any tease ever.
Yeah.
Hawkeye may be a top 10 MCU project by the time it's all over.
I would agree. It's brilliant.
It is really good.
Even though nothing happens. But yeah. Cheers, Richard. Thanks for getting in touch.
And then Zeke said, I remember how upset I was the day Daredevil was cancelled. Now seeing Vincent, the Kingpin, D'Onofrio back on top of the... back on the screen, I feel like I was dusted in the blip and now I'm back. What a fantastic episode, and overall, and the return of Kingpin was the cherry on top.
Completely agree.
So everyone's really hyped. I'm loving it.
So who are the 7% who thought it was crap?
No idea.
Weird. Don't get it. Don't agree. Everyone, each their own though. Thank you everybody for getting in touch. Should we do wrap up?
Yeah.
We're just do wrap up, and then we're going to go and record another episode. We'll do Spider-Man straight after this. So thanks for checking out the show. Don't forget to check out the Spider-Man bonus episode, which is also out now. We've done non-spoilers, so you can listen to the first, however long it takes us, and then we'll do a full spoiler breakdown after that. So you are safe to listen to the first.
And we'll put the timestamps in, won't we?
We'll put timestamps in as well. Next week as well, we will be back with the finale of Hawkeye.
Oh God!
And it's Christmas. Can't wait for that. I really can't wait to see where this goes.
I know, same.
Make sure you subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcast, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well to see the latest videos and live streams when they happen. You can find all our episodes at thatsuperherothing.com, along with links to all of our socials and the sign up page for our newsletter. You can actually sign up for the newsletter direct from our Twitter profile now as well.
Oh, amazing.
Because I know what I'm doing now. Figured that out.
Well done, you.
Good, eh? Good. If you've enjoyed the show, please leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Podchaser. And as of today, you can leave us a review on Spotify.
Yes.
So please do that, because we haven't got any yet.
No.
So we've got quite a few on Apple. So thank you very much for everybody who has. But yeah, go on Spotify, leave us one there, and it'll help people find the show, and we'll get big and rich and be like Kingpin.
Except the all evil.
Exactly. Maybe.
I've got too guilty a conscience. I can't do it.
I was about to say do ratings again. Finally, Patreon shout-outs. Thanks to Geekinate, Kenneth, Keeper of the Sacred Flame, Stephanie, Richard, and Jessica for supporting the show. Really appreciate you guys. If you want to join the Patreon and help out like they are, you can go to thatsuperherothing.com/Patreon or patreon.com/thatsuperherothing. This month, we've got the live watch party on Tuesday the 22nd for God tier patrons, where we will be doing a live watch of Spawn. That'll be interesting. Not as bad as Howard the Duck, but not good. And then later on, we are also recording our standard Patreon podcast. We are doing Jingle All the Way.
Yes.
I cannot wait. I watched it yesterday. It's so good. It's shit, but it's so good. It's so good. So we're doing that as well. But yeah, other than that then, so if you finish this episode, turn it off, go and get yourself a cup of tea or coffee and come back and then listen to Spider-Man No Way Home review. Only if you've seen it. Only if you've seen it. Oh no, you don't have to.
No, because we've got the spoiler free.
You can listen to non-spoilers.
Yeah.
Other than that though, thanks very much guys, and we'll speak to you later.
Cheers guys, bye-bye.
Brilliant. I enjoyed that. I was good at that. I'm keeping that in.
Hope no one from Manchester's listening.
It's fine. I think they'd appreciate it.
Somebody sat there going, you fucking scouse twat.
I think they'd appreciate that. Well, it's like Constantine. Do you know John Constantine in the comics is from Liverpool?
Is he?
Yeah, he's Scouser.
Oh, I think I did know that.
Keanu Reeves to play him.
Yeah.
And then in the CW show, it's some really English dude. He's like, oh, hello, I'm Constantine. Do you know what I mean? It's like, just make him fucking scout. That's what he's like. Just make him scout. Stephen Graham. Just get Stephen Graham in to play.
Do you know what? That's who came in my head as well.
Do something like that, but just let him be. Because he's never scouse.
No.
Apart from in that thing about the COVID.
Yeah.
When whatchamacallit, Line of Duty.
Oh yeah, because he did a police thing recently, but he was Welsh.
He was American in Venom, wasn't he?
Wasn't fantastic.
Really?
Welsh
No,
accent.
he's not. I don't think Stephen Graham's good at any accents.
No.
It's like Jason Statham. Why did they keep putting Jason Statham? I feel like this should be on the show. Why do they keep putting Jason Statham in movies and do an American accent? Because it's fucking awful.
Do you know what?
It's not
Whenever
good.
I think of Jason Statham now, all I can think of is
I'm
him
keeping
in
this in
Spy.
the show.
That's fine. Him in Spy.
What?
You know, with Melissa McCarthy. When he talks about how dangerous his
seen
life
it?
is. Oh my God, he is so funny.
Does he do an American
because he's
accent?
trying to be hot. No, he does his Cockney accent as always. But he's always trying to like outdo everyone.
Yeah.
So he talks about like he had an arm chopped off and it grew back and stuff. It's like that never happened, and he's like, it did. Like, and it's just dead funny.
I think I might have seen it.
Oh, he's hilarious, isn't it? I love him.